Hey everyone, Pittikatti here. We all know what's going on with the Unity engine, and because of this, I decided to use some of my time to learn a new engine. This time it was Godot. Godot. So, I took an old Sprite Based shooter project I had in Unity and ported it to Godot, and here's the progress. Okay, how do I use this? How do I use Godot? So I started by watching a tutorial by Games from Scratch and it got started. First, I checked out some templates other people had made, like a first-person controller, and after some time, I had a player controller with head bob. I imported the gun I made for Unity and gave it some weapon sway. It was time for the hands. But how do hands work in Godot? How to use inverse kinematics in Godot? I have no idea. I went through multiple tutorials and I still didn't understand it correctly because I'm stupid. The IK worked in the editor but it didn't work in game. The hands didn't grab the gun. After a while I found a template with the same type of IK setup I had and copied it and it worked. I don't know why, but it worked. Well, almost. Then I used the animator to give the gun some kick when firing, and it does the job. And added a raycast, so the weapon can actually hit something. So, now the weapon can fire, it needs something to shoot at. I took the sprite sheet I had for the Unity project and imported it to Godot, and started setting up some animations. I have to say that setting up 2D sprite animations in Godot is a lot easier than in Unity, and it was really fast to set up a working animation controller. Then, I checked a tutorial by this guy, and got a working enemy prototype and expanded the code with my own to make it work with my game. So, now the knight can attack, take hits and die. I couldn't get the knight to move, because the player reference I had didn't work, so I'll just take the reference from the scene hierarchy for now. And the knight moves and tries to attack the player. Cool. So next, the knight needed an attack. I checked a couple of examples with projectile weapons and started to make it into an enemy weapon, and pretty much immediately I ran into some problems. Yeah. I fixed the first problem by adding some booleans, but now there was a new problem. The knight was only firing into one direction. The weapon was pointing at the right direction, but the projectiles didn't follow the correct rotation. So I fixed it by getting the player's direction vector, and first I made a little mistake with it, but after fixing that, it worked perfectly. I set up the booleans again and added some particle effects, and now the enemy had a working attack. Now the game started to look like a game, and it was actually becoming pretty fun to play. Now I wanted to tweak the movement a little bit to make it more fun, and it really does feel like a game now. While I was working with the gameplay, my artist was working with a map. So here is a sneak peek at our first map, a forest encounter. I really like Godot and I will be using it more in the future too. I kinda hope to make this game into a playable demo and see what happens with Unity, because Soria, the other project, is kinda something I would like to finish, but I'm not sure if it's possible right now. Only time will tell. Anyway, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.